You know, I forgot to mention this during the last part, but with all that whole swirling vortex in the distance, oh, so this is what it looks like inside a teacup.
I mean, you do have a point.
When you literally have the fucking spoon, you're just stirring it up, like, it causes a vortex.
Normally Mickey liked tea, but after this, he think he'll stick with orange juice.
This reminds me of, when I think of, like, a big swirly matter, oh, she's scared of the caterpillar.
Aww.
When I think of, like, a big swirling vortex thing, and I actually think of the intro to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, yeah.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
Which
Factory.
version?
The chocolate swirl.
He means the old one with Gene Wilder.
Okay,
Willy
good.
Wonka
We're
and
not
the
going to have any problems today.
Well, to be fair,
Willy Wonka and the
that's
Chocolate
the way that one started, with the swirling chocolate.
I know. That's why I said we're not going to have any problems today. Now, are we?
I am overdue to watching that old movie.
Same.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Djibouti
actually
Dubs commentary over
I
it.
actually had a couple friends who actually did a reanimated project related to it.
Ooh.
Oh,
What
really?
scene did they reanimate?
Did that scene?
Oh, the good day, sir.
No, the other scene.
The
scene
one
with Violet?
that gets the internets in a Jimmy.
Which actually I get, which actually I can, okay, to make it somewhat topical and change it off of that, but to something more respectful, the original Violet did pass away a couple months ago.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, he's past his prime, but at the same time, it sucks losing good people like that.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm just thinking back to that one scene from Blazing Saddles where he shows him his gun-toting arm.
Oh, wait. Wait, you're... never mind.
Yeah, that's the same guy.
Well, no, he said Violet. Gene Wilder died
Yeah,
like
sorry,
a long
yeah, Gene Wilder, sorry.
Oh.
I did not mean the original Wonka, I meant the original Violet Beauregard.
Oh.
That's what I thought you said.
Yeah. The original Gene Wilder, Gene Wilder unfortunately passed a long time ago. Gene Wilder was a fun
Dang
man.
it,
He passed away like a few years ago, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Because I remember back when I was in college, I did a realistic portrait of him, which, by the way, looks a little bit weird.
Oh my.
Actually, to go on the subject, I do believe that when I was a kid,
Whoa, what the?
I saw. Yeah, it's just that guy. He has a shockwave attack.
Aw.
I actually do recall. Got it. I actually recall when I was young that there was. I saw a live-action Alice movie that had Gene Wilder in it.
Really?
I feel
Or
like
if not Gene Wilder, maybe it was Eric
older
Idle.
ones that used like puppets and whatnot.
If not Gene Wilder, maybe an Eric Idle. For some reason, I had a habit of mixing those two up as a kid.
You know what? I feel like the Tim Burton remake would have been entirely different if it was Eric Idle that was Wonka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't talk about the live action Alice. We don't.
I think it has. I think it has its.
I
Yeah, I
know.
think it has its like actual successful parts.
I just remember
Plus, to be
being highly
fair-
obsessed with it as a young, impressionable,
that's
Hot
fair.
Topic teen.
And you know what? I'll give it credit that, unlike a lot of remakes, it at least tried to have its own identity.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's such a shame that they try to focus too much on a character that, for the most part, is kind of one note.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say one note, but more so a matter of he's that kind of character, like, you don't need to know more about him. Like, the ambiguity's half the fun about him.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
like that is the mystery of it. I think I told you about this where I guess famously it's said that when Gene Wilder was asked to play Wonka, he asked only that if he was to play Wonka that he would get to decide how Wonka's introduced in the movie. And that was the introduction of
Like him pretending to be weak.
Yeah, supposedly that was his decision to have him like hobble towards them, and then somersault to his feet. Which is another like genius like decision that like sets up immediately that you, not to say that he's like evil, but that you can't really trust everything at face value about him.
That he's
Right.
not
right
what
off
he
the bat.
seems.
Yeah.
That is pretty clever when you think about it.
the unexpected. Hey! I got the donuts!
I thought you were about to be like, now the first step to facing your fears is.
Hello,
That's a fun video.
Shasha.
Anyway, what's our quiz today?
What is 2 plus 2?
I
Welcome
didn't
the
bring my
arrival of the
pencil with
Phantom
me.
At sunset, only to Rude's departure at sunrise. It's dreams.
Actually, for some reason, instead, I was thinking back to that bit from Green's Gray Show where it's like, if you take the number 8, and I heard you the first time.
You call that a push? Oh, so you called it a tap?
Oh my god, yes! You called that the tap.
You call that
Logan.
a tap.
Logan, we still need to do that one comic dub with Alice and Mr. Bumby.
Oh, yes.
Oh gosh, you're right. Yeah, we need to look into that. I need to practice my Bumby voice.
He has to channel his inner.
Yes.
And
I
Alice
don't
is
know.
just my normal voice, but with a British accent.
I do still think the dialogue in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, like in the first game, freaking. I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Pardon the phrase. Most alarming. Please avoid using it in the future.
Yes.
I mean, how would you like it if I said that there was more than one way to skin a human?
Oh, God, fucking Metroid thingies
Touche.
again.
Touche. Oh my gosh! Stop with the and my graphics card. I had to like adjust some settings. But yeah, here especially like so many particle effects and so many floating
Yeah.
platforms that my.
You know, I'm not gonna lie, Logan. It
It's
every
not
time
your footage. Don't worry.
because it's like
Okay.
I have to keep reminding myself that that's actually part of the recording, and it's not my laptop getting an aneurysm.
It's not. It's no
Yeah,
one's
no.
connection. Please do not adjust your monitors or your internet settings. It is. It's just what my computer.
I have
would
all
do.
these
Please do
pre-downloaded.
not adjust your TV monitors.
I was about to say I have these pre-downloaded. How will my internet play factor?
Well, I mean, like I was saying to both James and Jordy and the viewers at home.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's right. I know who you are, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
That's right,
I-
George.
I just-
I know what
I-
you do in your bedroom at night.
You say that, but I bet you there's at least one Jeffrey out there that just had his entire day like scared. Like what?
Who's even still named
I know
Jeffrey?
you're out there somewhere, Miss Turk. I know you don't technically watch our videos, but I just want to say hi anyway.
He knows what I do with the plushies.
Hey, that's my ordeal. Oh wait, no, I'll keep quiet.
What?
You don't want to know what I do underneath the
I,
shit.
I was just. It's for Sonic Song 182, I swear.
Also, we're seeing here the Mad Hatter's realm starting to bleed into the Veil of Ruin as well. Stop the freaking.
Sticky graphics card.
But yeah, we'll be getting out of this area soon enough, and we'll be going. Yeah, this chapter's kind of odd. Like we're actually in two very distinct places. We start off here, but then we go to one of my favorite places in the game, just because it's so different to like other places we've been in the whole series, frankly.
You know
So
what?
hey, that was rude.
That's fine. I'm on your side.
That was like,
That time it looked like he was trying to like save
Actually,
me, like
you
get
know
down
what?
to president.
you know what, Pi? That was like, hey, that was my favorite suit. Haunted rat.
What is that from
It's
again?
Cat Icarus.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Lost
yeah.
in Time. Did you know my dog hates church bells? He has a really cute dog, by the way.
I know he's
Ow.
so precious.
It's just a wiener dog.
It was not immediately obvious.
It's okay.
Oop.
So I saw a video, and I feel like it may be too late to. I feel it may be too early to talk about this, but
What's up?
so my friend was telling me that he was watching a video of a guy dissecting currently the Alice series,
Uh-huh.
and
What, you mean American McGee?
yeah, the American Geek series. So it seemed like, and I can kind of agree to an extent that. Oh, stop it!
Really?
I can agree to an extent that, personally speaking, I love what this game added. But I think, personally speaking, if I look at the entirety, I feel like the first game had the better story, but the sequel had the better gameplay.
I would
Yeah.
say, if nothing else, the first game probably has, well, it does have the better looks, and it has the better, the first game has the, well, okay, no, better looks, what am I saying? No, the second game has the better looks. The first game, I think, has a better story, and, well, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, as of now, it has the better story, and I think it might also have the better,
Structure?
length, I guess, because, I mean, not gonna lie, for something that's supposed to be a straight-up brawler, I don't usually expect them to be, like, too long, like, maybe 10, 15 parts at the very most. But
Yeah.
this is
This
going
chapter-
on in the,
these
like, the
chapters-
mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been better if they followed like the chapter length of say, or the chapter pacing of say, Oogie's Revenge, Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Devil May Cry especially, but
Yeah.
honestly it does make me realize it is going to be interesting whenever I get around to recording Bayonetta and see how long that turns out in comparison.
Are they usually longer games than Devil May Cry?
Not by that much, at least as far as I can remember. Like, I want to say it might be roughly around the same length as the original Devil May Cry.
Because, I mean, it has... Because I was going to say, it has the same director, doesn't it?
The same director from the first game, yes.
Right, who loves his shoot-'em-up sections.
Yes, he does. Oh, yeah, he does. He loves his shoot-'em-up section, and he loves his sense of style.
Which, yeah, we'll get to more of that later. So I think... So I'm going to say right now, okay, I'm going to talk about this more, especially at the end of the game, but I'm going to say that I think what made American McGee's Alice really work for me, and I really enjoyed it, I love the idea of all of this being just some big extended metaphor. Mm-hmm. I love the idea of... I like the idea of... So, I know it kind of... I know it kind of de-romanticizes it, but I love the idea that Wonderland doesn't exist. Not in the sense that we think it exists. It exists in Alice's mind. All it is it serves as a theoretical stage for her to take back her mind in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's not actually real. It's like this is a huge extended metaphor for her gaining her like strength back.
Though it also makes me wonder what she's actually doing in the real world while this is all happening. Like, is she able to double jump like this or float on the airs like this?
We don't question it. This is Alice's mind. We just deal with it.
It's kind of like trying to question what Batman's going through during the times he's taken in by those scarecrow toxins.
And
yeah.
I know you get like bits of it sometimes. Like for example, when you get out of it, you see like a bunch of guards that just finished being up.
Yeah.
I know something like this happens in Spider-Man, but you'll see more on that later.
I thought we already saw that.
Did we?
No, not yet.
You mean that whole sequence with Mr. Negative, wasn't it?
Oh well, that happened, but that was all like just in his. That was all. So we actually will experience that a second time. The first time, you're right, happened with Mr. Negative, but all that all happened just in the span of him being held by him, and that was a huge like struggle in his mind. Well, there'll be a more like, gosh dang this. Okay, there'll be a more violent one later in Act 3.
Oh, that's
anyway,
actually, if I could go back, like going back to the earlier topic about what the American McGee's Alice tries to do, and it's like. Yeah, I do agree that I do like the idea that, well, what we're going through isn't exactly an actual Wonderland. It's just, well, the recesses of her mind and how much it's being tormented because of her past tragedies. At the same time, though, I mean, I understand it's in tribute to the books, and that's fine, I guess. I could probably go without the high tongue vocabulary sometimes.
Yeah, they do go very like they stretch that thesaurus, but yeah, like it. So it's okay. Slight spoilers, but
actually, no. Hold on, Logan. Like honestly, with this kind of vocabulary, I just expect some random narrator to pop up to tell us exactly what sort of weird shit Alice is going to be going through, like fighting this behemoth here.
What the hell?
Right, I could see that. I could actually see that. Where like
it's all just treated as a play.
I can see that. Yeah. But yeah, as for what I'm doing here, yeah, one thing I do like is that the cooldown meters of both guns are treated separately, so you can swap between the two.
Good.
That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, if I had to, like, cool, I could get him stuck on this geometry. But yeah, if I had to, like, really, oh, he's no longer stuck in the geometry.
Oh, no. Oh, man. That would have been great if he was forever stuck there. Or actually, no, wait, he's still stuck.
He's almost stuck. But yeah, if I had to, like, okay, now we're finally in this phase. Now I just have to whack that thing with the teapot cannon.
Tea's ready!
And then run over and start walloping. But yeah. So the first game, I would say, the first game's story was Alice struggling with her survivor's guilt. And which the survivor's guilt was the Jabberwock. And also trying to regain her sense of independence, like not wanting to just sacrifice all control to the Red Queen. Mm-hmm. I feel like in this game, she's also dealing with guilt, but guilt of a different sort, which we'll get to later.
Yeah.
Just showing that she's not completely over it, like we thought she was at the end of the first game.
Which, yeah, I mean, it would be a kind of a big transition. And so one thing I can say is that I learned that the sequel, so to speak, Alice Otherlands, I thought I was going to have to do some weird finicky thing where, oh, it's an invisible one. I thought I was going to have to do some finicky thing where I show you all, like, the footage elsewhere. Apparently, they actually uploaded both of the shorts for Alice Otherlands to their official YouTube page.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
So we could do. So I was thinking that maybe after the whole game, we could do something similar with Curse of the Werehog, where we do kind of do like a little let's watch. Like I wouldn't I wouldn't post the footage, but I would say start the video now, kind of thing.
Or, I mean, honestly, if it's already on their YouTube, we could just post the link in the description.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's
I was
true.
just say like I would post both links. I just don't want to re-upload their content again.
Oh, yeah,
for
no.
that. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
but I would treat it like Werehog, basically.
Well, yeah. I mean, granted, with Werehog, we could get away with it just because the original video was taken down.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Which kind of makes me grateful that a whole bunch of other people just downloaded it when they could, just upload it at their leisure.
It's still so quality. It's so
It's
nice.
great. It honestly feels on par with a Pixar flick.
Yeah. Why couldn't they animate
up,
the
Mike?
Sonic movie like that?
They may later. They may with that redesign. Who knows? Anyway, back to you.
Yeah.
Mike.
Well, I was just about to say, just going back to Alice for a bit, like you guys are talking about like just dissecting the greater themes of Alice and just giving off like what your interpretations of. I just now had this strange epiphany, and I find it weird because I don't usually delve into like ideas like this, and it's especially weird since it's involving a character that, being bluntly, I'm not a big fan of. But I had this weird AU idea of, what if in some AU, Alice is the daughter of Bayonetta?
I mean, with the butterflies
Really?
and the rear. I mean, with the clear like inspirations. Like, yeah, I totally agree. The fact that there's random, the fact that she's randomly associated to butterflies and this whole beam up thing. I mean, I could see it. Then she'd be brothers with Joker, and the
You
two would get
know,
along so great.
it's
and
funny you bring that up, Hype, considering a line that Bayonetta herself says in the first game, which honestly could lead to that conclusion.
Oh my god.
what does she say?
It's something about the fact of I don't care for taking care of babies. Now making them, on the other hand,
God damn it, Bayonetta.
I mean, in all fairness, though, I don't think she's that kind of person to just outright do that. It's just
She seems more like the kind
she's
of.
more all talk than she's more so talk on that as opposed to actually do.
Yeah, she seems more the kind of person who would just tease about it. I don't think she's actually like, because like, what does she represent? She's just an Umber witch, right? She's
Yeah,
not
she's
like
an
some
Umber
lush. She's not like some lust demon or anything.
Oh no, she's no luster. Like, well, she's sensual, no doubt about it. It's just that she doesn't go fucking people left and right.
No, yeah.
At least
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned. I mean,
She ain't
hell,
no such
I mean, hell, in her day, she has a normal day job being a nun.
Right, like I.
all
So
things.
she.
I know, shocker.
Anyway, let's go meet the Caterpillar.
We can get more into that when we ever do Bayonetta for the channel.
Whoa.
And I'm curious to see how Gui's going to react whenever we do that, because she didn't want to be part of that.
Here's the Caterpillar.
And once we're done with that, she will take the helm from Matt, and it will be her responsibility to explain why I'm dumb for not liking it.
The Caterpillar's really small.
Oh, wow. He is. I can't even see him.
Yeah.
He's in that house at the top,
I won't ask you to inhale.
Oh, God, you're right. That fucking... Oh!
which is why he's going to help us visit him.
Oh,
And
okay.
so because
I'm shrieking! Oh, what a
So-
world!
So because her lawyer was so invested in the land, in the works of Japan and China and stuff, meet one of my favorite hub areas in this whole game, the Mysterious East.
Wow.
This looks really nice.
Heavily inspired by
Ooh.
the
Edo
culture
Japan.
and art styles of
Oh,
Japan.
wow, she's
And-
literally wearing a kimono.
I want
Sort
that
of.
I like
dress. I want it.
But no, just areas like this are like, this is why I love this game so much more than the
I
original.
wonder if anyone's
in areas
ever
like this.
transcripted that Japanese text that's just floating in the sky.
I'm sure they have.
I'm gonna look into that actually, because that'd be cool. But yeah,
I
this is
hope
also
they do their
where-
research, otherwise that just come off as pretentious.
But yeah, this is also the game where I think because Dark Horse was based over in I think China or Japan is where yeah, Spicy
You mean
Horse,
Spicy
sorry.
Horse?
It's
Yes,
probably
That's where
Japan.
That's one
that's
spicy
where
horse.
that's where I know American McGee. That's where I know American McGee like relocated like his studio to. So yeah,
In
I'm
Japan?
curious. Yeah, it's like they're actually located over in Japan. Like they have photos and stuff. Like their studios over there.
Huh.
A lot of the programmers for this game are over there.
Cool.
Really nice.
I guess that would explain why it does kind of feel like a pseudo Bayonetta knockoff. Like they actually had people that were a little closer to home.
Oh, excuse me.
Though I'm
Excuse
honestly surprised that
Thank
the rest of the aesthetic doesn't feel a little more cutesy by comparison. But then again, they do want to go forward with this more, the art style in general.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just,
it's a
what an
whole,
odd turn.
it's a whole land of ivory, jade, and whatever the heck the brown rock thingy is.
I
Bronze.
think that's
Not
just
copper.
rock.
It could be bronze. Maybe it's rock. Or maybe it's just a rock.
Or copper.
Yeah, there's also copper.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, Hype. Of all things, that reminded me of the Bee movie. Where
How
it's
so?
like, I'm going to... Is when all the bugs are against the windshield.
Oh.
But it's revealed that
I'm
they're
going to
all actually...
Alaska.
They're all revealed that they're all just pretending so they can hitchhike. And it's like, where are you going? I'm going to Florida. I'm going to Alaska. Hey, what about
What
you?
about this?
Oh no, he
I
actually
guess he
did.
did.
Right, he actually did.
He's actually dead.
They're like, oh.
Oh, nice.
But then it's revealed he's not dead later. But it's just, come on.
Can you make
Oh,
it?
I need to make this platform better.
Oh, phew.
Yeah, the koi fish are still the paper koi fish are still kind of hungry.
Paper koi.
Wait.
Paper
Yeah, they're those like little wind fan, those wind
Oh, those
sock
things.
thingies.
Oh yeah, they're wind
Oh,
socks.
Interesting.
And those are mahjong tiles. Mahjong.
paper fan fish that can eat you. That's good to know.
Stay on the mahjong.
Yep, yeah, you're right. They're mahjong tiles. These are like little jade, these are like based upon like little like jade tables or little jade stones like sitting on and stuff. Like the music's so like. Again, I still think it's a very stark turn that I wasn't expecting in this series.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it just comes out of left field.
And they also have some of my coolest enemy types in the game that are really fun to fight against.
Are they origami
That-
birds?
No. Oh,
Damn
God,
it!
that would be terrifying.
Dragon.
No, it'd actually be something that I don't think Matt would very much agree with at all.
Oh,
Why
spider
so?
ladies.
Yeah. Although there is a demon. Okay, first off, frickin' Japan has a demon for everything.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
they
I
do.
guess.
But I know there's a spider lady demon.
They have a demon for bacon.
Well, there's probably demon pigs.
Well, I'm a
looking that
demon
up right now.
bunny.
I'm outright looking that up right now. Demon bacon.
I must be a demon cat.
I'm looking up right now.
Okay.
It sounds like it should be a username.
I think it
Demon
is.
It does sound like frickin' wood.
Also, Jordan, I thought demon cats already exist. They're called Nekos.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Well, not
Sorry, I'm not a weeb.
They don't always have to be
Well, I'm
demons.
not either.
I looked up demon bacon, and the Google search result gave me a food review of Little Caesar's bacon wrapped crust deep dish pizza.
Huh?
I'm a bit worried about the connotation. Just imagine a review like this thing was a demon.
Oh, a pizza
I had to
demon.
slay it.
Or maybe
Or
it's
it'll make you feel like a demon after you ate it.
Yeah.
It's a
be
little
like,
bit.
Oh no, it's sinfully delicious.
This new pizza was to die for.
The only crime I commit is making my goodies unlawfully delicious.
Delicious.
I
Forgot
gave
about
up
that
my
line.
life for this.
Oh gosh, I love Hoodwink.
So join us for the next part where we'll be further exploring the mysterious east. I swear it's not all as slow as that little intro little area. I think that was just to get your feet wet with the giant bottomless lake into the place. But yeah, join us in the next part as we'll be exploring more of the mysterious east.
I just realized something.
Hmm?
Let's just pray that in all our time traversing through this land, some random, what'd you call those things again? The blot, giant blot things?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whatever. Yeah, I was about to. Well, whatever the case, let's just hope they don't end up finding the home and just wrecking it.
Yeah.
That happens
Yeah.
next part, doesn't it?
Find out next time. Bye.
Bye bye.